Tommy Gunn,
Susie Owens, Voodoo, Draculino.
You're watching COMX-TV.
Spider-Man, Superman, they're all coming right to you. Venom, Bud, Archie too, they will all be here for you on COMX-TV. COMX-TV. Fantasy and enemy, what's it gonna be now? Alternative and mainstream too, here every week for you on COMX-TV. COMX-TV.
Welcome to Comics TV, your weekly guide to the world of comic books. I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Steve Przybyla. And each and every week we try to bring you update with interviews with the creators.
And we bring you reviews of comics, alternative, and the regular mainstream staples.
Yes, and things that make comic book collecting a very interesting hobby.
That's right. So this week we have some great reviews. As always, we have an exclusive interview with the elusive Don Rosa, who writes and draws Uncle Scrooge comics, and much, much more. So let's kick off today's show with Steve's first comic book review.
That's me. And today on my first review, I'm doing... No, that's not the one I'm doing. This is the one I'm doing. Star Wars, Boba Fett, Twin Engines of Destruction from Dark Horse. Boba Fett, one of my brothers. From Dark Horse Comics. Boba Fett. $2.95. Shut up, Twitch. 32 pages with no ads. That was by Andy. It was written by Andy Mangels, art by John Nadeau, and ink by Jody Ingsensen.
Oh, really?
Real tough names to pronounce. This book deals with a Yoda cast, a duplicate of Boba Fett. He's using Boba Fett's name and costume to try to pick up bounty hunting jobs, which are paying him double because of the infamous Boba Fett. Well, sooner or later, Boba Fett catches up to him, and it's the battle of the century. And just when you think it's over, another battle comes up. This book was really, really great. It was good. It was very, very well written. Very good artwork. Easy to understand. Characters you know, which I like that in a book where they don't bring up characters you never heard of before. The art was excellent, very easy to read it, actually, to read without words, you can understand it. Collectability, yes, most of the Star Wars stuff right now on the market is hotter than it's ever been. Than 20 years ago, it's hotter now. I mean, you can just go to Taco Bell and pick them up, but hey. Rating, I give this one a hot. Pick this one up. Twin Engines of Destruction is a top-rated book with me. Pick it up.
Excellent, Steve.
Thank you, Michael.
And we're going over to do some comics news. That's right. It was reported in Fan that Creed will be leaving Lightning Comics after this most recent series ends. Fan did not say where exactly Creed was going, but rumors have come about from some good sources that Creed will be moving to Sirius. All parties involved at this time have no comment.
They never got any comments on stuff like that. I hate when they do that.
I know.
George Perez will soon be leaving Teen Titans. Leaving again. He says that he has really enjoyed inking Dan Jurgens' work, but it's time to move on. His last issue will be number 15. After this, he'll be working on Avengers and possibly more titles. According to Perez, he wants to show the new generation of readers his work. Very understandable. He's got very good work.
Exactly. Now, Newsarama has reported that Avatar Press has obtained the rights to Snowman and Bill Mouse's Naira X. This is following a stint with their current home, Entity Comics. Avatar is making a new imprint called Southpaw, which these two titles will both be in. Or this or these. Probably these two titles will both be in. Both titles will be starting over with Naira X in August and Snowman sometime in the fall. And we'll be back after this short message from COMX-TV. Hi, I'm Mike Rizzo from COMX-TV.
And I'm Steve Przybyla from COMX-TV.
Have you ever wanted to do work in television? Have you thought about doing anything like that before? How about you?
Have you ever thought about modeling? Have you ever thought about being a spokesperson for something on TV?
That's right. Well, COMX-TV, your weekly guide to the world of comic books, is looking for you. That's right. We are looking for new crew members. We're looking for writers, light people, a sound technician.
Circus animal.
Circus animal. I mean, anything that you think could help COMX-TV, we're looking for. We're looking for people that will help provide good entertainment. We're looking for people that can possibly do puppets and
People that can help us at the shows, hand out slingers.
Exactly.
All kinds of stuff. Promote our show, go around for us, handing out our slingers at different stores.
And we are doing the beginning of the COMX-TV Girls. This is something that we've talked about for many years. And what these are going to be, these are going to be spokespeople for COMX-TV. And basically, they're going to be these people that are going to be handing out things at shows and letting you know what's going on with COMX-TV.
Letting you know where we're going to be, when our next show is going to be.
So, if you are interested, write to COMX-TV at P.O. Box 220, Buffalo, New York 14225, or email us at comixtv@moran.com.
Or just come up to and see us. If you see us somewhere, just come up to us and say, hey, I want to be on your show, and we'll talk to you then.
Many people may remember Steve Ditko as the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange artist. And where do you think Ditko would appear doing a new comic? Marvel, perhaps? Maybe DC? No. How about Fantagraphics books? That's right, Fantagraphics. His new series is called Steve Ditko's Strange Avenging Tales. Yes, Strange Avenging Tales. It's pretty good. It's a $2.95 black and white book. Issue number 1 is a mere 22 pages, a little thin there, with 2 pages of comments about Ditko from other comic creators, because apparently he doesn't like to do interviews. This is a good book. His stories are different and fun to read. His art is that great 70s style. He draws great human form, and he has written some simple Twilight Zone style stories. The price may be a bit high for this size book, but to see Ditko's great artwork once again, I think the price is worth it. I'm going to do another quick promo here, Steve, about COMX-TV.
Yes. Don't forget to watch COMX-TV every Monday night on ISP TV at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. And what do we have after that? Oh, check out the COMX-TV website at pweb.moran.com/COMX-TV, one word, and look for current COMX-TV news and all the reviews that you see right here.
Even our sexy faces.
That's right. Oh, I forgot something. In the coming weeks, we'll have information from the Pittsburgh Con, and this summer we'll be covering the Chicago Comic Con once again, which brings us to an interesting tale. Did you know, Steve?
What did I know?
That Wizard purchased the Chicago Comic Con?
Must be nice to have money.
Yes, it's an interesting thing. And what do you think this means to the comic book industry?
What does it mean to the comic book industry?
Well, one comment that I read said that it's like Steven Spielberg purchasing the Oscars. Well, in a way it is, because they are no longer going to host the Comics Buyer's Guide Awards. They're going to host the Wizard Awards.
Gee.
Do you think, quickly here, do you think that this could affect like people attending? Let's say they are invited, they don't attend. Do you think that next year maybe they won't be invited?
I think so.
Or do you think if there's somebody that's very popular in Wizard, they'll be invited?
Basically, it's going to be a monopoly. Who they like will be invited, who they don't like, or who they thrash their art, they're not going to invite or nominate for their awards.
I think that's, well...
It's a monopoly.
I think it's very, very, very possible. And as I've discussed...
And we will let you know if that happens.
Well, as I've discussed with some other people, there's only one place left for Wizard to go, and that's television. And with that kind of power, They may be in the works.
They might have
now.
a higher budget than us.
Well, I think so. Anything more than $1.
Everybody has a higher budget than you.
Some of the other shows on BCTV
Stop
have
it.
larger budgets than
Yes, but
and actually, I think every show.
we are the better looking ones.
Yes. Speaking of better looking,
Yes.
something I picked up that I called Steve and he wasn't around that day. Then he's going to go check out if they have it.
Yes.
What we have is series number 7 Spawn, which we're going to open not right
Mike
this second.
and Steve, they have our own dolls.
This is Sam and Twitch, and this is from series number 7. What we've got here is at the store that I got this at was KB Toy Works, which is another division of KB Toys. They had all of the new Spawn Series 7. They had the Zombie Spawn. They had the Scourge and Nutnik.
Nutnik.
Yeah, they had that one there. They had the new Spawn 3 Mangler. The Mangler looked pretty cool. I almost bought him. He looks like he's a big werewolf. That's all he is. No body. He's got a little head in his stomach and stuff.
Cool.
But anyway, I got this one because it's me and Steve. Although this was Steve before he lost weight. So he's a little...
I look really buff now. Big, ugly, fat, forget it.
Although this guy does look kind of like me, so
Yes, Mike's got to paint a little goatee.
I think we're going to do a little work on these guys and make them look like us. It'll be the Steve and Mike dolls.
Yeah, there you go. That'll.
The COMX-TV action figure series.
There we go. The COMX-TV action figure series.
Only $29.95.
Exactly.
You even-
MasterCard, American Express, Visa, no personal checks.
And you'll also get, no personal, no comment on personal checks, and you'll actually get a card too with me and Mike on it.
You do?
Yeah, we'll draw one up.
Wow.
We'll give him one of our little logos.
There we go. And Steve will now take us into his next comic book review.
Okay, for my next wonderful, let me rephrase that, for my next review, Quantum and Woody, number 1, $2.50 from Acclaim Comics. Writer is Christopher Priest. Artist is M.D. Bright, and the inker is George Adams. Bottom line, Quantum and Woody are two superheroes. Like we need more superheroes, which both their fathers were killed. They both worked in a laboratory on secret inventions of superhero type stuff, and they come across their inventions and boom, they become two superheroes. Quantum and Woody have been friends for many years, like 15 years. They went to school together, they've been best of friends, but now they're separated and they're brought together by their father's deaths, which they said was an accident, which was a helicopter crash, but it isn't an accident. Am I boring you? Good, because this book really bored the living crap out of me in plain English. This book was terrible. They got little pages. Each page is a different story. There's 40 different stories in this book. From when they were kids to now, back to kids to now, to teenagers to now, to then to now, to now to then, to then to now, to now to then, to then to now, to now. I got sick of it. Then now. It was absolutely terrible. The artwork in this one wasn't bad at all. But I'll tell you what, this story was terrible. The artwork was good, story was terrible. Collectability, I very, very highly doubt it unless you're doing some very, very weird stuff. And the rating on this one, I give it a... Which most of our audience does. I give this one a not hot. Don't pick this one up. It is a waste of $2.50. Acclaim, you definitely don't have it hit here. I'd think about doing another Turok book.
I don't think you like this book, Steve.
I did not like this book. Then, now. No way.
You know what? You know what we forgot to do?
What?
You know, we did that Danzig Terror Park thing, and
Yes.
you know what? We never said hello to all those people that we saw at that show.
Hey, hi to our viewers that seen us at the Danzig concert that acknowledged that they do watch us, all 6 of you. And
We know what our target audience is.
we want you to know, we know our target audience. You're all wearing Targets right now. I want you to know
Some of you
that
have
Glenn
just-
Danzig is bad. He's a bad boy. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to step on too many toes other than Mike dancing on mine.
You don't want to turn away all 10 of your viewers.
Yeah, 10. Wow, we grew in audience. We went from 6 to 10. But hi, guys. Thanks for watching us every week, and you'll see us around.
Next, I've got Bettie Page Comics. It's a new comic from Dark Horse Comics. Spicy adventure features Bettie in many of the poses that drove men crazy years ago. Bondage, bathing suits, on her back, side, etc., etc., etc.
What's on her back?
She was on her back.
Oh.
It was a sexy book that also featured a few pinups in the back. The story itself is about Bettie landing in the future land. And
who cares about the story?
She is a god. Oh, okay. Well, no, it's not a bad story. She's finding out that she's a god. They all worship her. All these people, they all worship her, and they all want her to be their slave. It turns out to be a dream, or is it? Not too sure by the time of the end of the story. The kind of neat thing about this was you opened it up, and the pages all look brown, like this was a book that you found in your attic from about 20 years ago.
Probably was.
Well, I wasn't too sure. I'm reading this thing, and I was wondering if this was really an old book, but then
and they put a new cover on it. They couldn't sell them back then. They just threw new covers on them.
I was wondering, but you know, it's a pretty good book. The story's not bad, and it gives you all those little pin-up kind of poses in the story and stuff. It was fun. It was entertaining, and I do give Bettie Page Comics a hot. Bettie Page is cute. Anyhow. Harris Comics announced that they will be having a Cyberfrog/Creed crossover in July. As of late, there has been a slight argument in the Creed and Cyberfrog series letter sections, with each creator, Creed, Trent Kanyuga, and Cyberfrog, Ethan Van Shiver, bashing each other. And something good comes out of it? I don't know. Personally, I think they both stink.
Well,
Didn't you hate that series?
Mike, you can honestly ask me what I thought of Cyberfrog. It stunk!
Exactly.
So,
they can both bash each other. Maybe they should bash each
Ethan,
other's
I
heads.
hope Trent beats your head in. And Creed, you big-headed little monster, I hope Ethan beats your head in. No, I didn't like either of the series, so carry on, kill each other. The 99-cent deal of the decade, not a century, the decade is here. And no, we're not talking about the new Taco Bell promotion. No, we're not. Fleer SkyBex has released a new 50-card series of X-Men trading cards. The 8-card packs will include 5 trading cards and 3 of the overpower cards. Can tell those were hot sellers. The only thing missing is the gum, which would probably be only worth 99 cents. So that's news for this week, and Comics TV news is compiled by the Comics Club.
Yes, thank you, Peoples.
Thank you very much, Peoples.
And here comes Chris Hill, 4 feet 6 out of Jefferson Elementary, a confident young man with a great stride. But, he might be in trouble now.
Hey, Chris. Wanna get high? No way, man. That stuff's for losers.
Oh, what a move! Chris Hill never hesitates, just blows past that guy. Bob?
You're right, Mike. Look, Chris is known for his great head shake. Then he shifts his weight to the right foot, finds a hole, and zip, he's out of there.
Spectacular, just spectacular. This kid's got a bright future.
I want to be a millionaire when I grow up.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up. Don't let drugs get in the way of your dreams.
And get ready for my next review. Yes! It's Batman Aliens, Book 1 from Dark Horse and DC Comics. $4.95, as Mike would say. Ron Mars and Bernie Wrightson are the writers and the artists in this book, or should I say writer and artist. The Wayne Foundation has sent a geologist into the jungles of South Africa to find copper deposits. Some militia group tracks a spaceship crashing in the South African jungles, and they go chasing it. Well, Bruce Wayne, better known as the Batman, parachutes down to find this man, which they sent in for the Wayne Tech Foundation, and comes across the militia group. Well, they end up comparing notes, not liking each other a lot, and they end up coming across this spaceship. They enter the spaceship, and they find a regular alien which flew the spaceship, strapped to the wall with this weird crustacean holding him on with a big old hole in his chest.
Krusty the Clown?
Krusty the Clown. You gotta wonder what that's from, right? All these eggs laying around and this dead shellfish body laying next to it. This series is going to be hot. Towards the end of the book, Batman fights an alien, 2 of them actually. The only thing I didn't like about this book was they're showing too much strength out of Batman. They're trying to act like Batman's Superman and not being able to be burned by the acid. He grabs one of the aliens by its smaller jaw and snaps it off. Now, you know that's physically impossible because I'm sorry, if you got teeth coming at you 100 miles an hour, you ain't grabbing it in the air and breaking it off.
Aliens' jaws are much stronger.
Yes, we all know aliens' jaws are stronger than the Batman, maybe. But I really, really enjoyed this book. The artwork was absolutely fabulous. Excellent, best artwork I've seen in a Batman book in a long time. The story was excellent. You knew it was coming. You knew they did the Superman alien, the Predator alien. You knew Batman was coming next. Hey, who next? Robin, maybe.
Mike and Steve alien.
Mike and Steve battle the aliens. COMX-TV, whack! Oh, geez, look at that. But I'll tell you, collectability, I would have to say yes. This is one of the better Batman books, Batman series out there. For $4.95, it was definitely worth it. This one is a hot. I would say this is one of the best books that I've read over the last year, and that's giving it a very, very high rating. I really liked it. Book 2, I hope it can keep right up to the standards of book 1. I'm really looking forward to that. So,
when's that book come out?
Book 2 should be out in May.
That book's out now?
This book is out now.
Okay.
Just released last week.
Excellent.
So bam!
Okay.
Emerald does it.
It's time for one of our favorite parts of the show. This is not the dual review, if that's what you thought it was.
No. Ha.
It is the COMX-TV interview time.
Yes.
This is a time where you can sit back and relax and enjoy a nice
cocktail.
A nice
that's your favorite cocktail.
Cappuccino or latte at one of your favorite. Lactate, yes.
Oh, lactate.
Anyhow, this week we've got an interview with the one and only Don Rosa. Now, I know weeks ago we said Carl Barks. I don't know what the heck we were.
That was Mike. He was
Carl Barks.
Enjoying his cappuccino too much.
Carl Barks is the original
DuckTales and
from
Walt Disney.
He was around forever. He's like 95 years old.
Yeah.
Carl
Don
Barks
Rosa
is the man who does this, and I'm not going to steal any of his thunder. He explains what he's doing and how he works with the Disney characters. It's a real interesting thing. So this is probably going to be a couple parts. The first part is right now.
Right now we're kind of watching Don Rosa do some of his work over here. Mr. Rosa, thanks for coming on COMX-TV.
Oh, sure, thank you.
How long have you been an artist?
An artist, well, a cartoonist?
Yeah.
Well, it's always been a hobby ever since my earliest memory. I'd always fill up little blank business ledgers my father would bring home from the office with my own little comic stories, but I never intended to do this for a living until about 9 years ago when Gladstone Comics started up.
And what did you do before this?
I was a civil engineer is what my training's in, and I ran a construction company, the old family construction company that my grandfather started when he came over from the old country.
That's quite a switch of professions there.
It sure is, yeah.
There's a quantum leap there.
Precisely.
Well, now you are working for Gladstone.
Well, no, I had to quit working for Gladstone in 1989 when Disney told them to no longer return my artwork.
Is that right?
And of course that cut my income down by about 60%, so I'd already liquidated my construction company, so I was basically unemployed for about 6 months. But then I had the idea that I could try, well, after Gladstone had gone into business, I learned that these comics never went out of print in Europe as they did in America.
Sure.
And I learned that there were comic companies in Europe that were still producing new Disney stories, so I contacted one of them and asked them if they could use some work, and they surprised me by saying yes. So,
so basically, you're doing European.
I work for Egmont. I think it's the world's biggest publisher, based in Copenhagen, but they spread around the world, and they have the Disney license in about 25 countries, and then there's lots of other companies in other countries. But I work for Egmont, the biggest of that group, and but then being Disney material, it's available to any publisher, any Disney publisher in the world who wants to use it for free, and that includes Gladstone. But that's good.
So you do get published eventually by Gladstone once in a while?
Oh yes, Disney gets the pay part, but at least I get to see the comics in my own language.
Your own language.
Yeah.
How many different languages do you get to go into here?
Well, Egmont alone is about 25 languages, but I don't know. I mean, they don't have to contact us when they reprint the stuff,
Right.
so I'm constantly just on a lookout, usually just trying to get a worldwide network of other collectors to send me copies of the stories when they're printed.
Is it a kick when you see your drawings with different languages?
Oh, especially Greek. In fact, when I get in other languages, I can kind of see some of the words of French I might know in Spanish, and then I see my name on certain special feature pages, which is very unusual for any Disney comics anywhere. But I can still read it, D-O-N-R-O-S-A.
Right.
But in Greek, I have to learn. It's anytime I see N-T-O-V-P-O-O-A, I know that's me.
N-T-O-V.
And Nitav Pua, that's Don Rosa. So that's really weird seeing stuff in Greek. It's just like they say, it's all
Greek to me.
Yeah, it's like hieroglyphics. It's
NVTS nuts.
But it's nice to see get one of my stories with the Beagle Boys in French, and the Beagle Boy speaking French. It's very odd.
But of course you get the scripts in English. They're already translated in English for you. You don't have to learn these different languages, do you?
I do get the scripts. I write the scripts.
You do the scripts as well.
Oh, it's the only way I do it. Yeah, you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I did not know.
You've stumped me.
Yeah. No, I write the story and I do the penciling and the inking, and that's the only way I'm interested in doing it. As long as I can find somebody silly enough to let me do that. I think they'd rather I got somebody else to draw it, because I don't have a Disney style art. I never tried to develop a Disney style art, but they can't deny the stuff has a strange popularity everywhere, and I suspect the main reason for its popularity is that it doesn't look like Disney art. It doesn't look cute and cuddly. It's got character to it.
Right.
It's got adventure. So they let me get away with it. So that's why I say I'm lucky to find somebody who will still allow me to do the artwork as well as
Mad Magazine has always been a great source of comedy. Issue number 356 provides all the fun and amusement you've come to enjoy and come to expect from Mad Magazine. This is a great parody magazine, always making fun of something. In this issue, speaking of parodies, they take on Absolute Vodka for some reason. There's like 4 one-page takeoffs on Absolute commercials, or ads, I mean, and they're pretty funny. The best parts of this issue, other than that, are Joey Buttafuoco's Guide to Chivalry and a mad look at racism. The real funny part of this is that it's so true. Reading this, you understand that when you break things down to their simplest form, life is stupid, basically. I mean, people make fun, the way they make fun of racism, they're not actually making fun of it, they're making a parody of it, showing how stupid people are when they do this, you know. Mad is still advertising free, and it costs a mere $2.50. Where else can you get a 48-page comic for $2.50? That's very, very rare. Nowhere, as far as I can remember. Mm-hmm. That's what makes Mad Magazine such a great deal, and it's definitely a thumbs up for me this week.
If you want to send us your reviews, please don't forget to do that too.
That's
Let
right.
us know what you think about certain books out there.
That's right. We're always interested, and that's all the time we have for this week. Mm-hmm. But like we said earlier, you can contact us here at P.O. Box 220, Buffalo, New York 14225, or email us at COMX-TV at COMX-TV at moran.com, MORAN.com.
M-O-R-O-N.
No.
Moron.
No, that's Steve.
That's me, I'm the moron. Shut up, Twitch.
Anyhow,
Yes.
who are you? I'm Mike Rizzo.
Yeah, he's Mike Rizzo, and I'm Steve Przybyla. Don't forget to check out our COMX-TV website either. And as we say each and every week, reading is a good investment, so do it. So when you check in and visit that local comic shop, tell them you've seen it on COMX-TV.
More